Hey, this is Oz, aka Suck My Lols, and welcome to Inconsistent Awesome. Today, I'm going to be taking a look at the gameplay on Playerunknown's Battlegrounds for the mobile. That's PUBG Mobile. Now, two things to let you know before we begin. First of all, I'm not playing this game while I'm talking about it. I'm showing a video of footage captured from my phone, and that's the second thing. My phone is the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge, which gives you the edge over nothing really. So that's just to let you know the quality of it there. Now here is this port. You can see in the background behind me here, the screen. Now that's a still image you're looking at right now, but it very much looks like the PUBG game. Now there's a few things that are similar to PUBG, and there's a few things that are different as well. So without further ado, let's get stuck into it. So you can play solo, you can play duo, you can play squad, and you also do have an in-game voice chat. Most of it is there, kids. Most of it is there. Now, I like this artwork that you're seeing up there. You get this different artwork when you load up. Here's the drop zone. You can see usual chaos, people punching each other, jumping around. Only get Erangel at the moment. You don't get Miramar. But it is quite amazing how much of it is there. So we can see how many players are in the cabin. We get a figure rather than a diagram. And if you see on the map here, we also get the flight path of the plane, which is a bit different. And you'll see I'm about to place a marker. Now I do have to zoom in quite a bit because I've got big fingers. So in order to place my marker correctly, I need to zoom in. Now you'll notice that we get a distance counter, how close we are to our waypoint. Now that's a really good feature. It's not in PUBG itself, the PC game. I don't know if it's in the Xbox game. I've never played it. Now I'm landing down here on Stalber. Now here's a little tip. It works on both PC and mobile. You can land on top of that radar tower. I think the only way you can get up there is by landing on it, and there's usually always some loot. And I love this tower because you can find, as you'll see, I get pretty kitted all the time when I land here just from this one location. So I didn't see anybody else come down with me. Now you'll notice how looting works in mobile is stuff that's highlighted yellow will automatically pick up. You can turn this option off even. And when you pick up attachments, it'll automatically place them on the weapon that you've got. Another nice thing, you also get these white camo bags just by finding them on the ground. You only get them, I believe, in crates in main PUBG. So I picked up a few things, decided to have a look around and see if anyone has landed beside me. There's a fella up there. Now here's one downside to the game. Of course, sometimes this very occasionally does happen. Look, he's flickering along there, so very difficult to aim at him. Also, what am I thinking with a 4x on a DP? No, that's a bit of a silly idea. Now the other thing with the auto looting is that it will upgrade a weapon or put one in a blank slot if you have one. So if you've got a pistol in both slots and you come over a shotgun, it'll automatically pick the shotgun up as well. So I decided to pick up a red dot, put that on the DP. So there you can see the inventory. It works much the same as it does in PUBG. You can drag and switch things around, drag and drop things. You can even, it's actually a bit easier to divide up stuff to put on the ground for your teammates. Now I get shot at here. I think that's a pistol shot, and it's our original fella that we were fighting with. So again, they're still flickering along the screen, and my potato aim doesn't help. I don't even bother to look down the scope because they're flickering so much. And I think, screw this, I'm going to go upstairs and try and get a better vantage point on them. But to cut essentially what is a long story short, I run upstairs here and I do have a look, but I cannot see the person anywhere. I get really bored and then very quickly bored and jump off the edge, and I move around Stalber, continuing to loot and look for people. Now I've now got my Scar L. I love that, one of my favourite weapons. I've got a suppressor for it and I've got the 4x. So we encounter someone here. They took a shotgun shot at us, but we managed to headshot them. And this is where it can be quite smooth. You know, you just get your sight lined up with where their head is, and just shimmy back and forth a little bit until you line up perfect. And another difference, you see that I've killed this person, and their crate flashes green to make it easier to find. And that can be easier to find things on the mobile game. But it doesn't last forever, it only lasts for a few seconds. So that's me cutting around. I'm assuming that person I killed was the person I fought with originally, and I jump on a bike. Now, you'll be amazed to discover that every bike, every vehicle, is in this game, and if I move out the way, you can see you get a forward, back, left, right control. You even get the horn on the right hand side there, and you can lean out, you can change seats when you're playing on squads. I couldn't believe how much of it was all there. And just like in the PC game, this is incredibly hard to control. I need to test shooting out the if you shoot out the sidecar tyre, well at least you were able to do that on the PC game, it actually made it drive a lot more stable. So I park up here, roughly where I think vehicles would spawn in this area. Someone will have heard me coming if there's someone here, but I decided to take a look around. This is a good area for high quality loot because it's the warehousey type place. You tend to get high grade loot. Now this gets me a bit confused here. I rock up to this AR. Its ammo's gone. The Uzi ammo's gone, and I think someone's been here. Maybe they're still here. Maybe they've moved on. Then I find a sniper suppressor and an AR suppressor, which is like the holy grail. And then someone appears down the hill. So someone else was at Stalbert and I never even noticed them. Very quickly took them out. That was a nice clean kill there. Headshot. And that's been 2 headshots in a row. So I'm pretty chuffed about that, considering you'll see a lot of message shooting coming up in the game. So pick up the loot there. Say stuff in bright yellow will pick up automatically, but it doesn't always pick up everything. You need to do it yourself. Now here's another amazing thing about the vehicles. What I do here would have killed me straight out in actual genuine PUBG. But if you just leave the vehicles, they naturally tend to land like cats on their feet. So just let them do their thing. That's my advice. Now we're much later into the game here now. You can see that I need to cross this river. But before I do that, I'm going to check out, make sure there's no one behind me. Who's basically going to sneak up and flank me. I do take a little shotgun blast there, hardly does any damage. You'll see you get a flash on the red on the screen that indicates which direction they're facing in. Now, not a good idea for this guy to engage at that long of range with a shotgun. However, as you'll see when we go up to loot him, they didn't have anything else except a shotgun on them. And this is what I've noticed in the game. People actually don't tend to loot that much. They just think, right, I've got a gun, that's me, I'm good to go. They're not bothering trying to get better armor. That guy didn't even have a vest, and all he had was a shotgun. So I'm looking behind me here. I saw a bit of movement beside the gas station, so I was trying to zoom in. Now there's the fella there. He's beside that buggy, so I try and lead him a little bit with my shot. And I hit him once, but it pulls up a little bit. And I just managed. Then while I'm doing that, I notice someone else on the left-hand side, so I redirect my attention to fire at them. They get into a bit of a Barney with each other. Now, just as I get lined up, that person rips him apart. Now, I notice that person is still looking to his left, as if he's aiming at someone. So I decide to take a few shots at him. And then I look to the left, because this guy's killed him. So everybody seems to be rocking up here. Now, as I shoot at this fella, another person appears to the left-hand side. And this is a weird thing about PUBG Mobile. They just all appear to turn up at various points. Now, a lot of potato aiming there. Finding it really difficult to hit the moving targets as well. Getting a bit frustrated that there's so many people over there and I have yet to have killed any of them. Getting a bit gutted about that. So I decide I'm going to take this guy out. It's got to be done. I see the circle to the left. Surely this is the last person in the pack. So I try and lead him a bit. That one was nowhere even near. Few shots ahead, they very kindly stand still for a moment and just move at the wrong moment. They appear to have finally noticed me, looked in my direction. So I just keep going for it. There we go, finally got one shot on him while he's moving. 2 shots. No, he's got to be close now. 3, and he's done. So I'm pretty sure there was still one more person on this side of the water with me, further around to basically in front of me here. And you'll notice there they are, hiding behind the tree. So I just take them down. Now, while I was doing this over here, I was receiving some sniper fire from across the water. So that I wanted to wait till the last minute. Now, this is funny when you're looting, that it's automatically picking stuff up, right? And here this picks up 3 4-time scopes and an 8-time scope. Even when I try and cancel it, it still keeps picking them up. So now between these scopes I've already got, I've got 4 4-times and an 8. And it's just, that's PUBG. Either you've got so many sights, you don't need them all, or you don't have any sights at all. There is no middle ground in PUBG. It's not a game for middle ground. So that was a sneaky sniper shot on me there. I take cover there. And what I think is I'm going to try and wait until the last minute, which is what I've done here, and then jump into the water. And here's your chance to see some swimming. So you see you get the up-down control. I'm spamming the down button, desperately trying to make sure that I stay underwater. Now as I'm kind of edging around the circle, waiting to see what it's going to do, something does happen that I wasn't keeping an eye on, you'll see my lungs are going fully red, and that forces me to rise in this terrible place. So I do a bit of evasive dancing and get under as soon as I can and get ready to go on the beach. But I think, hey, no one seemed to take a shot at me there. It has gone down, so there's only me and 2 other people left, so maybe things will work out. Now as I come up to the edge of the circle here, take a quick look around to decide where it is I'm going to go. I see this rock in front of me and think, perfect. I'll go and take cover behind there. I'm at the sort of bottom edge of the circle. Now I'm being careful of this Harry Potter tower. There could be someone in the top. I'm looking over there where that sniper was originally in case they're there. Now here's some gunfire further up. I've cut this for time because I spent a bit of time edging around here. I heard some gunfire up above, and that's when I noticed the final person. There he is, up at the top. I initially pull out my scoped weapon, thinking I might be able to nail him, and then notice he's coming this way with his back to me. And this is where luck has as much to do with it as anything. I potato shot him, but he never looks behind. And then he goes prone while he's being shot from behind because he was so convinced that the person was in front. And winner, winner, chicken dinner. Now, it's a great feeling. A lot of people say it's not as hard as the PC. That's probably true, but it's just as much fun. You get some cool stats at the end there, as well as a grade, and you can also make these little poster images that you can download to your phone. One that gives you the stats, and you can also do one similar to the PUBG if you do a screenshot on that, where you get your sort of final kill. However, the thing with that, you'll notice this is the way it come up in a segundo. Is that the text is kind of white, so it does disappear a little bit. But that's PUBG on the mobile. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay there. Maybe got a few tips yourself. Now let me know what you think of PUBG Mobile in the comments below. Let me know what your advice for getting a chicken dinner is. And of course, any other tips or things you might want to say. Now I'm not going to get into the debate, is this better than the PC version? It's not the same. It is the same in that it's the same game, but it is a mobile game. If you're in the US, it's a mobile game, and it's never going to be the same as the PC. If you don't like mobile games, you will not enjoy this. But I think it's a lot of fun. I love PUBG. You don't always get the opportunity to sit in front of your supercomputer to play a game, and it's nice to be able to play it on the move, and you can even play it with all your friends, doing voice chat and everything as well. Bit of a battery killer on the phone. I would say maybe get from 100% charge, maybe about half a dozen games, maybe a little more, depending on how long you survive. But thanks for joining me. Feel free to subscribe if you would like to find out what other videos I've got coming out, and also check out Inconsistent Awesome on Twitch. All the links are below. Thanks for joining me. Take care out there and aim for the head, and make sure you get some winner winners chicken dinners. Take care. I've been Oz. Bye bye everyone.